Alright fam, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, you know the drill. Today we're diving into a topic that's often surrounded by misconceptions and, honestly, just a lot of judgment: the personal lives of adult film stars. Specifically, we're going to be talking about some of the big names in the industry who have been married either during or after their careers. We're talking about relationships, people. And listen, before we get into it, I want to make one thing crystal clear. It's crucial that we approach this conversation with respect and sensitivity. These are real people with real lives, real feelings, and just like anyone else, they deserve to have their privacy respected. So with that said, let's get into it. First up, we've got Jenna Jameson. Now, if you know anything about the adult film industry, you know Jenna Jameson. She's basically a legend, right? But her personal life, well, it's been anything but straightforward. Jenna's been married a few times, most notably to Tito Ortiz, who you might recognize from the world of UFC fighting. They had a pretty tumultuous relationship, to say the least, with a lot of ups and downs playing out in the public eye. I mean, you've got these two huge personalities, both used to being in the spotlight, trying to make a relationship work. Honestly, it's kind of surprising it lasted as long as it did. They were together for 6 years, had twin boys together, but ultimately things ended in a pretty messy split in 2013. There were allegations of domestic violence, restraining orders, custody battles. It was a whole thing. It wasn't all bad, though. They seemed genuinely happy for a while, and they created a family together. Jenna's story is a reminder that even those who seem to have it all figured out still go through the same relationship struggles as the rest of us. Next up, we've got Tara Patrick, another huge name in the adult film industry. Now, Tara was married to Evan Seinfeld, who you might know as the frontman for the heavy metal band Biohazard. They tied the knot back in 2005 and were together for almost a decade before calling it quits in 2014. Now, this was a pairing that definitely raised some eyebrows at the time. You've got a metal musician and an adult film star. It's not exactly your typical Hollywood coupling, but you know what? They seemed happy. They were open about their relationship, even starring in a reality show together called Porn Star Wives. They were business partners too, collaborating on various projects. According to Tara, it was Evan's desire to start a family that ultimately led to their split. Relationships are all about compromise, and sometimes, no matter how much you love someone, you just reach a point where you want different things out of life. Now let's talk about Stormy Daniels. Even if you don't follow the adult film industry, you probably know her name from the whole Donald Trump situation. It was a massive scandal, dominated headlines for weeks, and honestly, it's probably what most people associate her with. But Stormy's life is about a lot more than just that one controversy. She's been in the adult film industry for years. She's a director, a writer. She even ran for Senate at one point. Speaking of relationships, Stormy's been married twice. Her first marriage was to a fellow performer in the adult film industry, though it ended in divorce after a few years. Her second marriage, to a musician, also ended in divorce in 2018. Chapter 4. Sasha Grey, from adult film to mainstream. Now let's talk about Sasha Grey. Sasha's interesting because she's someone who successfully transitioned from the adult film industry to mainstream acting and other projects. She starred in movies, TV shows, she's a writer, a musician, she's done it all. But unlike some of the other people we've talked about, Sasha's very private about her personal life. We know that she's married, but she hasn't publicly shared the identity of her spouse, and she rarely talks about her relationship in interviews. And honestly, good for her. She's made it clear that she wants to be known for her work, not who she's dating or married to. It takes a lot of strength to maintain that level of privacy, especially when you're in the public eye. Chapter 5. Mia Malkova and Danny Mountain, a love story, adult film style. Alright, let's talk about Mia Malkova and Danny Mountain. Now these two were basically the adult film industry's power couple for a while. They were both at the top of their game, they were crazy successful, and they seemed genuinely in love. They met on set, as a lot of couples in the industry do, and their chemistry was undeniable. They got married in 2017 in a beautiful ceremony in Las Vegas, and it seemed like they were in it for the long haul. They were open about their relationship, posting about each other on social media, attending industry events together. They were basically inseparable. But then, in 2022, they announced their separation. It came as a shock to a lot of fans who saw them as the epitome of a successful adult film couple. Their story is a reminder that even the strongest relationships can crumble, and sometimes people just grow apart. Chapter 6. Brandy Love, Finding Love and Support. Now let's talk about Brandy Love. Brandy's a well-known MILF performer, and she's been very open about her life and her marriage. She's been married for over 2 decades to her husband, who's been incredibly supportive of her career in the adult film industry. In a lot of ways, their relationship challenges the stereotypes people often have about couples involved in the adult film industry. Brandy's husband has spoken about how it's not always easy, but he loves and supports his wife, and that's what matters. They've built a strong foundation of trust and communication, and they've managed to make their marriage work despite the unique challenges that come with Brandy's profession. Chapter 7. This next one's tough to talk about, but it's important to remember August Ames. August was a rising star in the adult film industry, and she was married to adult film actor Kevin Moore. Tragically, August passed away in 2017 at the young age of 23. Her death was ruled a suicide, and it sent shockwaves through the adult film industry and beyond. August's death sparked a lot of conversations about mental health in the adult film industry, which is something that's often overlooked. The pressures of the industry, the stigma, the constant scrutiny, it can take a toll on anyone's mental well-being. August's story is a tragic reminder that behind the glamour and the fantasy, there are real people with real struggles. Chapter 8. Nina Hartley and Ernest Green, a lasting partnership. Let's talk about Nina Hartley and Ernest Green. Now, these two are practically royalty in the adult film world. Nina's been in the industry for over 4 decades, and she's a legend. She's known for her work ethic, her professionalism, and her advocacy for the rights of adult film performers. She's been married to Ernest Green, who's also an adult film star and director, for over 3 decades. They've worked together, they've raised a family together, and they've built a life together, all while navigating the unique challenges of the adult film industry. Their relationship is a testament to the fact that love, commitment, and shared values can create a lasting bond, even in an industry that's often associated with fleeting connections. Chapter 9. Riley Reid, Keeping It Private. Now, let's talk about Riley Reid. Riley's another big name in the adult film industry, known for her energy, her enthusiasm, and her, well, let's just say she's very popular. But when it comes to her personal life, Riley's very private. We know that she's married, but she hasn't shared her spouse's identity publicly, and she rarely talks about her relationship in interviews. And you know what? That's totally her prerogative. Riley's made it clear that she wants to be known for her work, and she's entitled to keep her private life private. It takes a lot of strength to set boundaries like that, especially in an industry that often encourages oversharing. Chapter 10. Lexi Belle, Life After Adult Film. Finally, let's talk about Lexi Belle. Lexi's a former adult film actress who's since retired from the industry. She's been married, although, like some of the other folks we've talked about, she keeps her personal life pretty private. Lexi's story is a reminder that there is life after adult film. Lexi's transition out of the industry shows that it's possible to reinvent yourself, to find love and happiness outside of the spotlight, and to build a fulfilling life on your own terms. That's a wrap. So there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the personal lives of some of the biggest names in the adult film industry who have found love and marriage. Remember, these are real people with real feelings just like you and me. They deserve our respect and sensitivity just like anyone else. It's easy to judge, to make assumptions, to buy into the stereotypes. But at the end of the day, everyone's just trying to find love and happiness in their own way. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.